指揮官に送るチョコレートです。バレンタインデーのために用意したものじゃありませんよ。
Well, at least one girl in the port has given me chocolate. It's not my secretary's anymore because Mondre decided not to pursue that. Instead, we're going to be doing this Valentine's Day event. Let's see how it's going. Maybe it's snowed out. Technically, like, a good quarter of the United States is still under ice. It's like 56 degrees here in DC, but it's, we still got ice. It's nice outside, though. She just put her vaginal discharge in it. I'll take Kipper, out of all my options presented in front of me. Where's Ayanami? This is weird. She should be here. I'm gonna need insulin shots after this. What do you mean? It's only like noon. Valentine's Day is not over. This mode confuses the hell out of me. I really don't know what all this does. They just literally just dropped it in front of our plates, and it was like, you have, what, 72 hours to do all this? You can't, actually. From what people have been saying, even those who've participated since, you know, the first day, Friday, like, you're not supposed to get everything unlocked. And they're kind of encouraging you to switch out between different girls? But there's a lot of people, including myself, who are loyalists, who would like to stay with one girl. And I know that I have all her messages, and now it's archived. I can view whenever I want, instead of just saving them. But, like, I do want the frame. This is a nice frame. It goes up to, like, 50-something, and I'm not gonna get it. And no one is, really. No one's getting the max value. Like, we're physically incapable of doing that. Come next year, we'll see. I can maybe start doing these with some of the other girls, actually. It'd be nice. Sheffield's definitely the second, yeah, my second choice. We go to Sheffield, and we'll mix it with Z23. We're gonna go in the order of the girls I've oathed, so yeah, it'll be Sheffield, Z23, Deutschland, Warspite, and then I'll just kind of branch out from there. Probably Ark Royal. Maryland would be kind of fun to read. Graf Zeppelin, that's another good one. See, all my favorites are not all small. I like them big too. Hipper would be fun to read, actually, unironically. There are some really good ones hidden in here. It's just you have to, like, dig through it. I mean, some of the commons has some pretty fun stuff. Mutsuki's got all hers and funny text. Edinburgh has a really, really amazing one where it's not even her saying anything. She's just embarrassed and just, it's like an action. Just need to find a better way to sort all this out, because this is just, yeah, I mean, that's not enough time. That unironically is not enough time for anyone.
指揮官、お帰りなさい。ずっとここで待っていたのかって？いいえ、 官がいないとすることがありませんから、結果的にこうしていただけです。
Okay, so the last episode was the best things I liked flat out in Azur Lane 2025. So this time it's gonna be 5 things I didn't like, because I think criticism is really important, and I think explaining to why I don't like certain elements is better than just kind of crying like a bitch. So first things first, let's get my dailies in. Okay, so we're gonna do it just live here because a lot of it doesn't need to be edited. I don't have to go back to any of it. Let's start with one of the things I think, for some people it's gonna seem a little, mundane, but for me and a lot of others it was a big disappointment. We had a retrofit for a very prominent character, and
新しい力を預かっている以上、エセックスはより一層活躍しなければなりません。仲間のお手本になるため、エンタープライズ先輩に追いつくため、何より指揮官の信頼と愛に応えるため、言葉にするととてつもなく恥ずかしいですね。
everyone's favorite Eagle Union character got a retrofit this past year, and everyone's excited and happy. But there were those, including myself, who was concerned that with the new retrofit comes a new chibi. Were they going to do the unthinkable and actually change her chibi? The thing that made her popular and global servers, make her an internet sensation? The answer is yes. They actually changed it completely, and you guys blew it. You guys blew it. I don't think they understand why Essex is popular outside of Japan, but Essex is popular because she has a really silly look in her chibi. Even when she doesn't even do the face, she just looks funny. There you go. That's the face. See? That's the face everyone knows and loves. That's why there's 101, or 101, 1,001 variants of Essex faces and edits. All the memes revolving around her, from fan artists from both global and Japan itself, China. Everyone likes memeing on Essex. So when Manju decides to say, hey, let's give her an upgrade, oh, but one condition. You don't get the chibi anymore. So when your competition has a meme character, like your Doros, your Neko Arcs, your M4s, they actually kind of pounce on that and actually take that opportunity to make merchandise or make the character more prominent in their spin-offs or whatever. For some reason, Manju decides, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to just basically remove that, and you're going to enjoy this new Essex that looks nothing like the previous one and has lost essentially what made her kind of amusing and charming in the first place. I can't really decide why they did that. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, they just never were big on Essex and just kind of did it out of pity. She does get merchandise here and there, which is very little compared to the other characters, but for such a big internet status she has, I'm really shocked that she doesn't get more attention. I mean, yeah, she got a retrofit, that's great, but like, at what cost? What you guys do here? Like, why? So yeah, it's a minute thing, but it honestly freaking, like, just, it's like a major, like, punch in the dick to me that, like, you would remove such a key component to what made your character so popular in the first place. It's the component that made her popular in the first place. People like her because she has a funny face. I like her because her VA is has done how many Nippon Ichi software games? So I'm loyal to her VA, to be honest. I know she's done other games, but Nippon Ichi games are her bread and butter, and I respect her for that. Okay, let's talk about the big issue that has been happening for the last year and a half, maybe even 2 to 3 years in this franchise. Funny enough, I found out through this feature. It's a bit weird. For some reason, Willie D and some of the URs are here, but if you were to scroll down this list, it actually goes in the order of characters released. So I want you guys to pay attention. Here's my argument for this topic. This is topic like what, number 3, whatever. One of the things that made Azur Lane kind of nice compared to some of the other gachas today, especially, was that it was a collection of various artists with their own unique art style and their own kind of philosophies, and they basically would just made all these characters that, you know, looked strong and had like very elements tied to the nationality, the ship's history, and just generally like color and just variety. Like, look at this, it's all the same artist here. This is their best artist flat out. And damn, it's like he had 2 artists. Except for Eldridge's. Eldridge's artist just got a skin, just made a skin recently too, and that's a good artist. But what I'm arguing is that we have all these beautiful, bright, and well thought out designs, and as the years have gone on, the designs started shifting a bit differently. So let's scroll down to a point where I think it starts really. Alright, so first things first, you're probably noticing all the vivid colors from the beginning of the game are starting to like shift more darker tones later on in the year, which is not, I mean, that's a lot of gachas are doing that. I'm not sure exactly why. I think Arknights was the one that I think was appropriate considering its gloom setting, but the colors are starting to get muted and designs were getting, not, I wouldn't say samey, but I think they were sharing similar philosophies rather than their own unique takes. So let's get to the point where I think of no return, essentially. Let's see. Nah, we're getting closer, actually. Where are you? Okay. We'll start where I think it really initially starts. Around this point in the game's lifespan. Now, I understand that Da Vinci is done by an actual artist who's relatively good, a Blue Archive artist, so that's why she kind of stands out more so than some of the other art around here. But notice how all the character designs here share sort of a paler complexion. Like they're not bright, vivid colors anymore. The pinks are dull pink, blondes. At least with the Da Vinci case, is more blonde so than like say Enterprise here or whatever the hell Giuseppe's color is supposed to be. But essentially, art changes, characters' colors start getting muted, but there's still at least a sense of like what they're supposed to be. As the years go on, designs continue to be muted. The designs get a bit different. I would say the Eagle Union girls start shifting from essentially what they're supposed to be like, you know, the general like, you know, mixed bag to like, oh, their future like high-tech rigging and almost space themed, or Normaya clones in this case. I think the peak, if I had to pinpoint where it happened, is going to be right around here. The French English Global UR event, which is weird to say, but it was a, you know, English Global was a French event, and then right after was the Japanese 8-year anniversary, the one I went to in person. And this is where I'm starting to realize there's an issue with the art department. Everyone here looks and drawn and just themed exactly the same. And I don't like it. With the exception of Takikaze here, and maybe just Donkey S here, everything just looks way too blah and samey. And what's pissing me, honestly looking at this, is kind of barring the hell at me, is the face and the posing is exactly what. Tongue stick out, mouth stick out, alluring face, alluring face. It's so boring. Like, what's going on here? I mean, I guess art changes in time. I understand that. All games go through that, but you kind of lost a little bit of the soul with like a bunch of artists, you know, contributing to your project with their own unique takes. Like, I mean, I shit on her endlessly, but freaking Elizabeth's default art is one of the worst in the game, and still is one of the worst in the game, but I respect it because it's something different compared to the rest of the cast, and we appreciate it more considering what she's become after. I mean, it's not bad, I'm saying. I like it a lot. I mean, Warspite is default. I didn't get a skin for her until, like, you know, the Japanese anniversary event. But somewhere along the line, I want to say definitely this past year with the last two anniversary events, the art direction has gotten way too samey for my taste, way too mute for my taste, and I find overall just the theming is it's weird. Pasadena, Pearl, like just we already have characters like this in the base game. Why do we need more and more of this? We do get a couple hits here and there, though. I think Cowpens is perfect. I mean, Cow Pens. She's a cow, so of course she should look like the biggest titty monster on the port. I appreciate that. I like that a lot. But for some reason, I'm just not getting pulled into the newer girls than, say, most other people. I mean, Baraka is great. Raphaelio I actually like as well, but like here and there, it's just they're just sprinkled out for my taste, unfortunately. Like last year, I'm not even 2024 had some more hits than misses, but like Amity I loved a lot, and it's my favorite pirate out of the whole batch. Duplix is great. Where are you? I know I saw you. The URs, All Size, and Mogador, like them a lot too. It's just, I don't know what has happened with their direction and why everything looks samey, is what I'm just going to say. I don't like it. Gallant, actually, I think is an exception. She looks like a year one character. So I appreciate her for that. I don't know. We'll see. And speaking of the change of art, can we also just like talk about the next topic and how like a lot of like older characters are getting like new skins, but they don't look exactly like they do previously? I'll give you a good example, because I've mentioned it in a previous episode. Where are you, girl? I'm going to sort it. Let's see. Eagle Union. If you know who I'm talking about, you know exactly what I'm complaining about.
指揮することって安全な場所で偉そうに命令しているだけって思ってた。
So, Monty got a skin, a free skin, and it's a really, really good erotic skin. I'm not gonna lie. Look at those legs. Look at those legs. Look at that chest. That's great. The issue I have is that that's not what Monty looks like. Monty looks more like this. Monty was always like thin. The Clevelands were always like thin, fit college girls, with the exception of like obviously Columbia being, you know, more gifted, but you kind of give us this and it's just like, where did this come from? Denver has the same issue as well, but I think hers is a bit more subtle, so it's more acceptable. Also, that's her only skin. Like, Denver has always been the run of the four. Her getting actual skin and giving her a small chest actually was an improvement compared to what she was previously, so I'm okay with that. But like, Hammond? Was it me, or is Hammond too chunky in the legs? And not in a bad way, but like... Oh wait, sorry, this is Hammond too. Hammond always was slim thin, because, you know, she's a little girl. That is what it is. Granted, I do now noticing, now looking at it, it looks like they have been adding, slowly been making her pudgier with each skin. Interesting, her skin... It's not this... So, that's just a small example, but there's a bunch of others. I know with some of the, like I know Sakura Empire had one of those. Kumano had an issue where she got a skin, and the skin made her like 12 times bigger than she originally was. Oh, no, it's a Suzuya. I'm an idiot. Well, where's Suzuya? I can't make my argument without showing Suzuya. She's kind of big compared to like some of the other cruisers, but she ain't that massive. So this is the issue people have been having. They're kind of just essentially inflating a lot of the original characters to the point where it's not even like the original design. So this is not this. It is not. Monty is not Monty. Suzuya is not Suzuya. There's a bunch of other examples out there I could probably pull out, like just when I'm talking, but essentially, yeah, it's great. We get characters who don't get skins get skins. Suzuya and like Denver are probably good examples because they've been there for years, and hey, finally, Graf Zeppelin, like Graf Zeppelin finally getting a skin after all this time. I know she had one originally, but like it's a new skin. That's great. I appreciate it. This is great. But for characters who would establish body type, when you go beyond what it is and make it exaggerated, it just doesn't hit as... It's not the same, man. It's just not the same. At least with Grass Zeppelin's case here, she always was, like, just big and everything. So this actually looks more consistent than what some other characters get. So I'm okay with this skin altogether. Shame about the VA issue. Characters who are kind of already big to begin with, like Frederick and Graf, I'm okay with. It's characters who are initially just small, getting like upgrades that are a bit more ridiculous than, like, say, like something subtle like a Nagato, in this case. I will make exception to Pudgy Bellies, though. Pudgy Bellies are funny. I'll accept those. I'm just more worried down the line that, say, for example, if they were to make a skin for some of my favorites like Cleveland, they're just gonna give her, like, D cups when she's literally just a small A. I want my Cleveland flat, okay? She needs to remain flat. Wanty was flat and then they made her big. Don't you dare touch her. Arc Royal? Actually got an upgrade, but I don't mind because Arc Royal is hot. But yeah, it's been happening to some characters, not to the ones I kind of main 24/7, so it's okay, but like I understand the issue for some people have been having with like, what the hell, this is not what my girl looks like, why did you do this, what have you done to her? You better not. If Admiral Hitler gets in retrofit, she better stay exactly the same. You do not freaking upgrade her at all whatsoever. That's the joke. That's her gimmick. That's her shtick. She is flat as a board. You do not increase the size, is what I'll leave it as. Alright, so we have, let's see, 2 more topics I can talk about before we can end this. So let's go to another issue that I've been having for a bit, and that is, in fact, retrofits. I want more retrofits. We don't have enough of them. Mori was a really great addition. I like that a lot. The Colorado's finally getting theirs. Who else got a retrofit last year? Essex. Appreciate it. I don't mind that at all. And there was a Sakura Empire girl got one. Shirasuyu. Yeah. So I think I can count at least 4 in the back of my head, which is, you know, okay, but that's not enough, man. And I'm noticing on this list here, a lot of the retrofits are given to characters who are there year 1 and were given like an upgrade like year 2. I mean, yeah, the Colorados got theirs very recently, but like compared to the rest of the roster here who's getting upgrades years ago, I just want more, man. Just give me more. I should, in fact, be focusing on retrofitting the remaining of the girls on this list, because, hey, like, why not? They're there. But, like, there's only, like, there's no Italian retrofit, there's only 1 Russian retrofit. Like, imagine Gongu retrofit. Make her gold. Damn, I wouldn't main that. For some reason, Karlsruhe and Cologne have one, but not Kolensberg? Like, yeah. Give me more retrofits, man. Give me more retrofits. And I was complaining about the change of art. Ishizu's a funny case where it's the original artist, but when she retrofit her, it's a different character altogether. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm glad it's just Ishizu in this case, because I can't imagine the majority of these characters getting an upgrade and changing them completely altogether. Things like West Virginia put on the mask that's just a costume change. It's a cosmetic change, but not like an actual like complete. Who the hell are you? What have you done to my previous cruiser? Okay, so we're almost done. Bear with me. We're gonna talk about probably the big factor that I just don't personally like in Azur Lane 2025, and it's gonna get a lot of people upset. But this is probably the most disappointing thing for me. Flat out, so. So, they introduced this 3D mode where you can be with the girls. And while I did try it, don't say it like I mean, you know, don't knock it till you try it, and I tried it. I wasn't really impressed with anything here.
Nani? 付き合ってほしいの？だったらそれなりの態度を見せてもらわないと。
So the 3D dorm, first of all, is an optimized mess for whatever device you're using it on. I mean, just playing around the settings is a pain in the ass. I don't like this. For one, actually for a couple of reasons, but the main one being the selection is not good. It's kind of weird to say. How could it not be good? It's got Ager, it's got Taiho, it's got New Jersey. You like those characters, right? I mean, I like New Jersey and Taiho, but like, not that much. But like, the selection sucks, in my opinion. It's not varied, it's just the same, like, top tier, like, the ones you see make thousands of fan arts for. It's boring. It should have been Eugen, not Ager. Whatever. But there's actually an element here that actually I kind of realized, and I now know why I don't like it.
今日のエネルギーがもう尽きそう。ハニー、早く私を充電して。今回は。
So, Manju are not the best 3D developers. We know that because they're making their Genshin clone, and it's been in like alpha for like 4 years now, and it's not going to do well. I don't think it will. In the meantime, they're experimenting with Azur Lane. All the girls here in this mode are selected not because they're super popular, it's because they share the same body type. They're using the same skeleton. Because the main attraction obviously being the boobies and the ass, they look identical in all the models. And then it hit me. That's why they're picking these characters. It's just sharing the same model. So that means if I wanted, for example, Cleveland to be in this mode, she has a 3D model, she is used in Japanese promotions. She won't be in this because she's a stick. She's not a tit cow, and she does not share the same skeletal structure like everyone else. Well, Noshiro is kind of average. It seems to make it work, right? I don't think so. For one thing, she's hiding it all in her skirt and her outfit, so you don't really see it. But with her swimsuit skin, which she does have, it's the same exact skeleton model. Like, it's just the same exact model for all the characters. So if you want your Clevelands, if you want your, like, what other stick characters? Shpee? Shpee's a pretty popular character that's kind of a stick. You want your Laffies, your Javelins, your Ionamis. You're not getting them because, first of all, they gotta make a model for the smaller characters, which I don't think they'll even do. You know, not to face wrath of, you know, concerned groups, which I'm not defending them, I'm defending you guys. I would love to have the starters in that mode, but you're not getting them. Because they gotta make a new skeleton, and they won't. So we're not seeing, you know, the starters. We're not seeing Da Vinci. I would love Da Vinci in that mode a lot. Tori, can you imagine those thighs in 3D? We're not getting that. We're not getting Liz, we're not getting Warspite, we're not getting Amity, we're not even getting, like, Hipper, none, no Akatsuki. You know, I'll be lucky if I even get, like, something like I guess Signet. Signet has a lot of meat. She was a dev favorite for a long time. She has so many free skins, but we're never going to get Signet in that mode. It's going to go to all the more popular characters who are a bit more... who are in ridiculous proportions, I would say. No Hatsuzuki. Palmiette has a 3D model used in, like, the promotions, and for some reason it was not the first option. I don't understand their selection process. No Shima. Everyone loves Shima. We're not getting Shima. So, yeah, it's basically a bloated software filling up space. I know I can dump the data, I don't need to, but I like to keep it all together. It's just useless for me. I don't like Anchorage as much as the others people do. It's not going to include any of my favorite characters in the game. And it's just there, yeah. I just don't like it. If they were going to add a character that I would really like, sure, I'll play it more. I just don't expect them to do it. My tastes are not matching what theirs are. And if they were to include, like, a big... like, if there was a character I wanted with these proportions, it would be Graf Zeppelin. We're not getting Graf Zeppelin for obvious reasons, so no, it won't work. So yeah. But the thing is that it's not, like, I wouldn't say remove it altogether. I mean, obviously it's doing well, people are liking it, and obviously, like, my brother's a Taiho main, that's his girl. He owns her Fumo. This is his mode. And I appreciate they gave him, like, something he would really like to play. It's useless? Yeah, it is useless, but he gets to interact with his favorite girl, so good on him, I guess. So yeah, those are my disappointments. Is not, you know, critical or, you know, like just scathing like some past complaints I've had here. It's things that I'm just thinking like it could be better, and it also is kind of an issue of like it's not what I would like, but it's not something I would say is a bad thing for like the whole game in general. I think, you know, a lot of people share the opposite opinion of what I was presenting here today. I think a lot of people like the change in the art. I think a lot of people like SS6 new chibi. I think a lot of people also like the 3D dorm a lot, despite, you know, my complaints. But it's okay. I think stuff like this is okay to sort of present. Obviously, not people are going to talk or spread the word, because I'm not even asking that. I'm just saying, like, criticism, it helps. So when you give a perspective like this, where it's just like, hey, I didn't like this. Here's my reasons. I'm not even asking you to change things. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. Like, yeah, that's what the polls are for. Like, they ask you what are your opinions. These are my opinions.
テキパキと任務をこなした指揮官かっこいいです。